settlement or end settlement routes from people who meet higher criteria, salary thresholds, contribution. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajirasconcept. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. And if you're new to this channel, I create content on UK immigration updates, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK, how you can make money from your side hustle, or maybe turn your side hustle to your main hustle. Someone who is interested, please do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're going to be the very first person to see that video. Guys, without taking so much of your time, let's quickly dive right into today's video. We'll be talking about the indefinite leave to remain. Have received countless messages regarding the indefinite leave to remain. If you have been following the news, you will know that the UK government is set to make a lot of changes. Now, people are asking, when are these changes coming into effect? The new Home Secretary just announced that they are going to ban benefits. The government is actually making a lot of changes. Imagine trying to put a ban to benefits. One of the future eligibility criteria for indefinite leave to remain is to prove that you don't receive benefits. You're able to take care of yourself in the UK. You have been paying all your bills. Now, if they put this into law, now people will not be qualified for indefinite leave to remain again. Now, quite a good number of people have been asking me, when are these changes coming into effect? The UK government is continuously mentioning this. Let me take a few, as you can see here. The UK government has proposed, but not yet legislated, changing the qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain for most skilled worker type visa holders from 5 years to 10 years of continuous compliant residence. Now, I'm going to be talking about what it means by compliant residence in the UK, because even if you have lived in the UK for 5 years or maybe 10 years and you've got lots of criminal records, they are trying to make sure that you cannot get indefinite leave to remain. If you want to be qualified for your indefinite leave to remain without any problem, the best thing you can do is to make sure that you keep a clean record. Now, at present, under the skilled worker, health and care worker visa route, you could qualify for indefinite leave after 5 years of continuous residence in the UK. So if you have been here, because they haven't said anything, right, you are still qualified to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Now, I'm also going to be sharing it and everything you need to have in place to apply for this, and also the English test and live in UK test as well. Continuous residence means not spending more than 180 days outside the UK in any 12 months period during those 5 years. Over 180 days, then you will have a problem when applying for your indefinite leave to remain. Other visa types have different routes, period. For example, global talent visa, you don't have to wait for 5 years to apply for your indefinite leave to remain currently. This is changing, and also what is being proposed. As you can see, the 2025 Immigration White Paper proposes increasing the standard indefinite leave to remain qualifying period from 5 years to 10 years for most work-based visa routes, including skilled workers. Remember, this is just a proposal, right? They've been talking about this since last year, not only last year. Whenever it's time for election, you see that the opposition party, if you watch my previous video, now they are not only looking at extending indefinite leave to remain. Now, the opposition party is even saying that people will not be qualified for British passports anymore. You just have to be renewing every 5 years, which will bring more money to the UK economy. Now, if they think about this very well, I think some people will want to vote the Reform Party for this, because they want anything that will bring more funds into the system, right? But fingers crossed, we are still waiting to see. Now, there may be accelerated settlement or end settlement rules from people who meet higher criteria, salary thresholds, contribution, etc., allowing them to settle in the UK. Bear in mind that when they did this proposal, those on spouse visa were not included. So if you currently came to the UK as a spouse, you're still on the 5 years or indefinite leave to remain, and thereafter you apply for your British passport. Bear in mind that once you get your indefinite leave to remain, you could apply for your naturalization at any time. You don't even have to wait for another 1 year like every other person on visa route or 10 years route or skilled worker route would have to wait. Now, what we don't know yet, for those who have been asking, before I go to the required documents you will need to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, when exactly the 10-year rule will come into force? The proposals are under consultation Remember in their last meeting last month, they talked about doing more consultation and drafting. Whether it will apply to people already in the 5 years route or underway, we don't know. Those who have already been told that if you stay on this visa for 5 years, you will get your indefinite leave to remain. We don't know what they are going to do. We are not really sure if it's going to affect those on an existing visa. So calm down, don't panic. Of course, you've got your misses, don't panic here. So the UK government have not said it's going to affect those who are already on the route, or it's not going to affect them. So now let's go to the requirements for indefinite leave to remain. Currently, at the point I'm filming this video, it's still 5 years for those who are on a skilled worker visa. And bear in mind that the consultation may end anytime. Whatever their findings are, they will still come back and discuss it and also pass it as a rule. But if you watched my video about the debate on the MP and indefinite leave to remain, you see that most of the MPs were in support that they don't want the government to do this to immigrants, because a lot of immigrants are crying and they don't want to stay longer to get their indefinite leave to remain. They just want to carry on with the 5 years they have been told. Now, the question is UK a good country for me to come to because of the immigration changes? Guys, I've received these questions countless times, but just to let you know that not only the UK changes a lot of things about immigration. It's just that you're hearing about UK because a lot of people are talking about UK. A lot of countries as well are also doing the same. So if you want to migrate, or maybe you're currently in the UK, I've had a chat with a lot of people currently in the UK, and they're like, oh, I want to leave the UK for another country because the UK immigration system keeps changing. One thing I always have to tell you, and I will still say, is that other countries too have got their changes. But because maybe your key interest is in the UK, you're not listening, you're not following the updates. So it may be worse than the UK. For someone who has lived here for like 2 years and you want to go and start a life in Canada, you may go there or maybe any other country and the immigration system may not favor you. This is not to say don't leave the UK. If you want to leave, yeah, it's a personal decision, but do your risk assessment, do your research, because you're not hearing of those countries because a lot of people are not talking much about them, right? The UK is what is in your face and you're hearing everything. For those who have been asking about the documents you need to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, document you will need to apply. You will need to provide a current passport or other documents that shows your identity and nationality. So make sure at every time you have something to show your identity and nationality. Now, your biometric resident permit, which is your BRP, if you have one, you can also use it for 18 months after the expiring date printed on the card. Online proof of your immigration status. If you have an e-visa, you will also need to get your share code. They will want to see this. I think someone asked me about the salary, whatever, that how many years pay slip do you have to show. It's 24 months PCC. You have to show your last PCC. Yeah, it's the most important document they need to see as well. For those who said that they are in the UK, their employer did not give them work, how are they going to qualify? Start looking for a job. Start looking for an employer that will give you work. You don't want to get to that time and you tell them, oh, my employer did not give me work. My employer this, my employer that. You have to start looking for a job because the last 24 months will be taken into account when applying for your indefinite leave to remain. All the passports you've held during your time in the UK, even if it has expired. Remember that the UK Home Office, they keep record. You have to present it again so that they can match what they've got on their system. If you're aged 18 to 65 years old, you also need to provide proof you've passed the life in the UK test. You should have either a unique reference number or a letter with a test reference ID. This is an important question that a lot have been asking me, and had always said on this platform that if you've lived in the UK for at least maybe 2 years, you should start trying to pass your life in the UK test, because one of the things that holds people back during their application is not passing the life in the UK test, which is an important and a mandatory test that every immigrant have to pass before they can apply for their indefinite leave to remain. So make sure you start preparing for it. A lot of people write once and pass. At the same time, some write up to 5-6 times before they could pass. So you have to check your strengths. In the future, I may drop a link that you can use to start practice. Another question I've received as well regarding the live in the UK test is the expiring date. Guys, there's no expiring date for the live in the UK test. Once you pass it, there is a reference number you will be given that you will use to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. Yeah, you will need that reference number to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. So make sure you do everything that will enable you pass the test, so that once it's time for you to apply for your indefinite leave to remain, life is going to be very easy for you. Remember, the rules are changing. We don't know what the UK government will come up with. Now, is there an English requirement when applying for indefinite leave to remain? Yes, you will still have to do the English test that is needed for indefinite leave to remain. For me, when I applied for because I schooled in the UK, I had to use my UK certificate. So just in case you're a student and you studied in the UK, you have your degree or you have your master's certificate, just use that. You don't have to go and write any other test. Just use that to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. Now, you will need to provide additional documents depending on your circumstances. You'll be told what documents you will need when you apply. So before you apply, you will be told what documents you will need. So just make sure you're gathering everything. For those who came as care workers 3 years ago, you're getting closer, right? Because the rules hasn't changed. For those who are qualifying now, just to also let you know that because the rules has not changed, you can still apply for indefinite leave to remain. Bear in mind that once you apply for indefinite leave to remain, you still have to stay on it for 1 year before you'll be qualified to apply for your naturalization. But just in case you're a spouse to a British citizen and you came on the spouse visa, you don't have to wait for that 1 year. So now you also have to make sure that your records are kept clean. You don't have to go into any trouble. You don't have to have any criminal record or anything that will make your application not to be approved. Stay away from it and do everything you know that once you apply, you won't need a lawyer to write anything. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. For those who have been asking if anything has changed, it is still under consultation and they are still drafting it. In the future, once it's passed or whatever they come up with, of course they will communicate that, and I will also film a video on it to let you guys know what is happening. So if you find this video helpful, or if you know anyone who may find this video helpful, please do like and share this video with them, and also do subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care, have a lovely day, and keep staying safe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.